Hi, this is Ray Nothsinger, and we're here to talk about level survival. Survival level is hopefully a level that you're not currently in or haven't been bumped down to, but if it is, let's identify it and let's move forward and quickly get out of this level. And even if you're not at the survival level, this would be very good for you to maybe forward or give to a friend who may be in the survival level to encourage them a little bit. Now, typically, the educational requirements of people in the survival level is high school or maybe not even high school education. But because of the economic shift in 2009, a lot of people with even more education are being forced into the survival area. Now, at the survival level, personal integrity, business integrity, work ethic are all kind of out the window. Basically, at this level, you've just got to survive. You've got to get the money in the door to survive. And typically what you would do is, I don't even care, pride doesn't even become a factor at this point. You could even wear a chicken suit on the corner, or you could deliver pizzas. You can do anything that's even what you would previously consider beneath your means. But you've just got to provide for your family, or maybe provide for yourself. You've just got to get to the level where you're stabilized enough to move up to the next level. The other thing that's important to realize in this particular type of survival capability is the types of housing options that you have. Typically, you're in a living arrangement, apartment, you're sharing an apartment with someone, or maybe you're having to move back in with your family or with another family member. These are things that you have to do. They're tough decisions, but you just have to do them, because remember, under New Success Path, you throw out that anchor to prevent the negative progress, you reevaluate yourself, and then at that point you develop this cash flow engine. And the whole cash flow engine is based on spending less than you make, so that you have a little bit left over so you can accelerate to the next level. So you may not want to, but you may be forced into a position where you're having to move in with a family member for a short period of time until you can get on your feet again. It's not a pleasant place to be, but at least if you understand it and you work with us, we can get you back moving again in the economy. The second thing that's very important at the survival stage is to evaluate your passion. What is it that really drives you? What particular industry would you really like to be in? And be realistic about yourself. Obviously, if you're at this level, you're not going to probably go into brain surgery or anything. But be realistic and determine what industry it is that you really would like to work in. It's your passion that's going to make you stand out and do a better job than those other 20 people waiting in line for that same job. And that passion will come through on an interview. The passion will come through on performance on the job. It's what really makes the difference. So maybe you have to deliver some pizzas. Maybe you have to take some jobs you really don't want to take. Maybe you have to take 2 and 3 part-time jobs now for a season. But remember, this is a bridge. But one of those jobs needs to be in the area of your passion. And I don't care if you even have to volunteer and be an apprentice. Get some exposure to that industry that you really want to move up into. Because even if you're just working, you're working 3 part-time jobs, but then your 4th job is this particular apprentice area, that's the key to your future, because that's where your passion's going to be. That's where you're going to make connections. You're going to be able to do some networking. You're going to be able to show the people that surround you that you really can do a good job. And that's where you're going to be that first one to be employed. When that one opening comes open and there's 20 people waiting, they know you because you've been there. They see your work ethic. They see your energy. They see your desire. So you're going to stand out amongst all the other competition. The other thing you need to evaluate is you need to take a look at the module that I have on the global economy. Because under this new global economy with the internet and some of these other factors with the decline of the dollar, there are going to be some jobs that are just not long-term going to be done in the United States anymore. And you just need to accept the reality of that. There's just certain jobs that can be done better, lower cost, higher quality, offshore. And rather than kid yourself and move into that particular area, get in an area where you won't be affected by the globalization factor. Because otherwise you be right back at survival stage again 3 years from now. So we don't want to go through this but one time. This is just a temporary residence. It's not a place to take up shop, okay? So let's look at some typical jobs that you would find in the survival category. Typically, they would be at the entry level, such as a construction or maybe a day worker. Maybe in the upper end, you actually might be doing enough of this that you might actually, for your self-esteem purposes, say that you own your own business. But let's take a reality check here. Maybe that's for your ego, but really, you really don't have the characteristics and skills and background to actually operate an entire business at this point. You need to move in your skill set to be able to do that. So let's just face the reality and get whatever you can to support yourself and your family. The examples of the jobs would be maybe a painter, or in the basic level of construction like a day worker, maybe as a maintenance person. It would fast food industry, the retail would work, sales, even sales of low dollar items such as cell phones, things like that, that would work. Even in the telemarketing industry, you could do customer service, and you could actually work in the educational level at the ground, which would be the daycare worker or even the home health care provider. So these are typical entry-level survival type jobs. So it's not just going to be forever, it's going to be for a season as long as you use New Success Path, as long as you're using it now for that anchor, as long as you get that anchor out and you're living with a friend or a relative or something and you're rebuilding, as long as you got that anchor out, as long as you got that cash flow engine that you're working on paring your expenses down to match your income level. Once you've done that, then when you move out of this level into the next higher level, then you'll have your cash flow engine all set, and then you'll be able to make some rapid progress in the upward chain. So this is Ray Nofsinger at NewSuccessPath.com, survival level. Thank you.